What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Evan Ranks. I am Evan, clearly, and if you're watching the YouTube video, duh, I'm a UVA fan. I got a UVA bucket hat on and a UVA shirt, coming off of a nice win, so hashtag go Hoos. I'm bringing you a special podcast episode. This is actually, I didn't realize this until doing it now, the first episode of Season 2. Thank you to all of you guys for surviving Season 1, my valiant effort to create a worldwide podcast. We're only probably one millionth of the way there, but at least we got one next to that little division sign. I don't know what those are called. Because you would do 1-1 million. Some people call it division, some call it slashes. I don't know. We're not going into that shit. Walker's Home Services. We appreciate you. You are the sponsor of the podcast. You're the only sponsor of this podcast, and we greatly appreciate you letting me use your business name solely for the point of it sounding a lot more professional. So shout out Walker's Home Services for all that you do. Season 2. We're going to do things a little bit differently. Hopefully I remember I do things differently, but we're going to call this something different. Evan After Hours. After Hours. Because it's Friday night. Everybody's kind of getting a little crunk after the harsh work week. Emma Rose actually is basically starting her work week today. She works Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So what's a boy supposed to do when his lovely fiance is not in the house? Clink, 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 beer, beer, more beer. Yeah, you guessed it. Evan After Hours features alcohol. Evan ranks drunk. I'm not drunk, but we're doing stuff differently around here. So, Evan After Hours, Evan ranks random beer from the fridge. I'm balling on a budget, and Scout is literally hacking up a lung. I'm so sorry you guys had to hear that. Hold on. Scout, you okay, bud? So Scout actually has like it's like a heart arrhythmia in a way. There's something that messes up with the heartbeat in his breathing to where he like hacks up lungs periodically. He's supposed to go to Virginia Tech to the veterinarian, but he's a 13-year-old Jack Russell Chihuahua mix, and frankly, that vet bill is a lot. And Scout does fine. We go on little WALKs, and he's full of energy. Sometimes he just has to hack up his left lung like a smoker of 20 years. But moving on into the podcast here. This is the fun stuff. This is why you guys are listening. You're not listening to Scout hack up a lung. So if you can't see, because you're watching the Spotify, I am drinking a PBR as my palate cleanser. And that reminds me of the episode I did with Emma Rose. There's a song that features cocaine, a PBR. And it sounds nothing like that. I'm going to read you guys the lyrics. And I know you guys are really bad at audience participation because I got 0 rankings from you all about my Survivor success. This is a big fucking deal. Like, I'm talking about an episode that was four episodes ago. I want to go on Survivor, and I want to know all of your guys' opinions and rankings on how successful I will be on the show Survivor. So please let me know. Me going on that tangent just made me forget what I was talking about. But, PBR, the lyrics to that song, Cold Can of PBR. I'm going to read you the lyrics, and audience participation is you're going to have to let me know what that song is. So let me read this for you. I'm going to need another cold can of PBR. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to see my ex-girl. I don't want to worry about finding me my next girlfriend at the bar where they charge her right arm for a cold can of PBR. I thought it was a Luke Combs song. It's not a Luke Combs song. I probably just gave it away, but please let me know what song that is because it actually took me 2 days to figure it the fuck out. Let's get into what's important here. What's important is beer. That's what I'm going to rank today. I've never actually had this one. We're going to just jump right into it because I've already cracked open 2 of these, so I need to drink them. But Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Now, I have never drank this, and I'm a little bit worried. No one was ready for Pale Ale in 1980, and no one can fathom a fridge without it today. Its bold hoppiness and smooth malt flavor shocked taste buds right before sparking the American craft beer revolution. So, I guess they created this beer in 1980. This might be one of the original Sierra Nevadas, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. But I've never had one of these in my fridge. The only reason they're in my possession today is DJ Kev. He brought some in because someone gave him a bunch, and I ended up going home with them. I guess my work thinks I'm an alcoholic, but I am not, and I just ranked the beer on the podcast. So let's get into it. What's the ABV? The alcohol by volume, or I don't know what it's called. 5.6% alcohol. And clearly, it's hoppy. It's hopping around the table. Hopping around. A big old gulp, and all I can taste is hops. I don't know how you would describe the flavor of hops, but maybe they call it hops because of all the flavor notes hopping around in your mouth. You ever think about that? Yeah, think about it. All those flavors, all those hops are hopping around. Ugh! I don't need that shit in my fridge. That is not that great. I mean, I'm looking at the beer that I've already chosen, and I say beer. I really need to not say beer because two of these are not beers. They are, what is that called? Liquor infused. I don't know how they make these taste like not liquor because maybe it's the carbonation. I guess when you add the carbonation, it takes away from the liquor taste. But both of these other drinks have vodka in them. Let's just stick to the beer right now. This is a really unfair one. I'm going Mich Ultras. Like I said, I'm balling on a budget, and this is what was in the fridge. This makes beer number 5 instead of having 4. Gives me a little bit more time. Michelob, to my knowledge, is owned by Anheuser-Busch. They've been catching some heat here recently. Well, maybe not recently, but over the past couple of months, just with all that they're doing. Side note of that is Anheuser-Busch actually just signed a big deal, or Bud Light just signed a big deal with the UFC and Dana White. So clearly something's on the turn, but we all went from drinking Bud Light, and I wasn't at that time of life. I was drinking Tweeters. I was not drinking Bud Lights. Probably some Yellow Jackets here and there for actual beer, but I really wasn't. I was out of my Bud Light phase. I drank a bunch of it in college and just steered away from it. But everybody went from Bud Light, owned by Anheuser-Busch, to Michelob, owned by Anheuser-Busch. You're not causing any problems. If anything, you're just fucking up the stock market even more so than it is, or it's unchanged. Because all the stocks say, I don't know. I'm not a finance major. Fuck that. Michelob Ultra. This is your beer for anything during the summer. It's light. It's refreshing. That's just such a good beer. I mean, it doesn't taste too beery like a hops beer. It's not dark. It's really light and refreshing. It's probably the most sophisticated domestic beer you could buy. It is the most expensive, but it's just so dang good. I mean, their cans are sleek, they're nice. I don't understand where the name Michelob came from, but I love saying Michelob. It sounds like just the fact of having an M at the start and a B at the end. I feel like give me another word that has an M at the start and a B at the end. Please, give me another word. I feel like this is the only word that you could say both those consonants. Consonants, not continents. I think that's what not vowels are called. I don't know. I'm educated, I promise. It's going to be a tough one. I do have a lot of nice options sitting on this table, but a Mickey, dude. Michelobs have so many good nicknames, too. What, you call the Silver Bullet a Coors, I guess. Mickey's, McUltras, Michelobes. You know, I'm going to go on another random tangent. I've never been so self-conscious about my lisp until I listen to myself on this podcast. I don't know if I just use an overwhelming majority of S's in my words, but I notice it. It also looks like there's a big old dent in my head from this bucket hat. I don't know why I'm wearing this. Y'all got me beat. Maybe it's the beer talking already. Coke and a PBR. All right, Michelob, good. Moving on. Let's move this PBR because it's empty. All right. So something that has literally been in the work fridge since God, whenever the hell the radio station put on Nurses Night Out, this beer has been in the fridge since then. No one's drank it. No one's taken it home. I don't know why we stocked the work fridge with beer, but one more free one for me, baby. It's called the 8-Point IPA, and it's from Devil's Backbone. If you didn't peek the can already from the video, dude, this can is styling and profiling. Frankly, and I'm going to have to look this up before I say anything. Fuck it, I'm going to say it. It literally black, orange / yellow, and green. Tell me that is not the Cameroon colors. You know where Cameroon is, fellas or ladies? Cameroon's in Central Africa. Ah, fuck, I was wrong. It's green, red, and yellow. Are there any countries that have... I'm really getting off topic, but green, yellow, and black country flag. Oh, wow. I'm really dumb. Can y'all guess what it is? I'll give you 5 seconds, and we'll do the whole do 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 do. All right, time's up. It's Jamaica. I don't think this can reminds me of Jamaica, but the colors match up with Jamaica. 8-Point. It's got a nice buck on there. The buck has 8 points. Haha, funny enough. It also has on there Buck Tradition. It's from Devil's Backbone, which is one of my personal favorite beers. One of my favorite breweries in Charlottesville. I've not been yet to their downtown location, but big fan of what they're doing. And we're going to give this one a try here. I have had it before, but I have not had a 8-Point IPA from Devil's Backbone from the work fridge from 8 months ago. Taste test. Hoppy. What's funny is I'm drinking that IPA out of a can, and I drank the other IPA out of a bottle. Which one would you assume I would like more? I would say the bottle. I do not like the bottle more. I like this canned IPA a lot more. Subtle. It's got some hops to it. What are we looking at for the alcohol percentage? 6.2%. It's the Buck Tradition, dude. Go Buck, wow. I don't mind that at all. I think I could have one or two of those. Like, I feel like, everybody says liquor before beer and you're in the clear. Beer before liquor and you'll never be sicker. Whatever it is. I feel like that goes the same, even if you're drinking just beer, on the side of thicker beer and lighter beer. If you drink thicker beer first, you're in the clear. If you drink lighter beer first and then go to thicker beer, you'll never be sicker. I don't know if that's a fact or if I'm just spitting bullshit, but that's how I feel. That's a decent beer. We're going to move on to the other beverages. What do you call these? Like a canned cocktail? Is there anything on the label? I'm grabbing a High Noon here. 4.5% alcohol, vodka with real fruit juice, sparkling water, and natural flavors. 100 calories. Emma Rose loves herself some High Noons. I myself love myself some High Noons. I just hate paying for them, dude. Like $17 for a 12-pack? I don't know. But we found this random 12-pack in, I guess it was IGA, and it was like the Snowbird pack is what they called it. So I guess they have like summer flavors. It's plum. Have all of y'all had plum before? A plum? Have you eaten a plum? I don't know how you say that, but I've eaten a plum. I'm actually a big plum fan, and I'm excited to see what a plum high noon tastes like. Could you imagine if high noons, instead of just having that like, so oh shit, I just poured some on the ground. Whoops. Hey, Scout, you want to lick up some high noon that I poured on the carpet? I was trying to see if all of them were clear. I was going to say, what would be cool is if they made the color of high noons the color of the fruit they use. So, like, lemon's yellow, pineapple's yellow, strawberries red. I almost forgot what color strawberries were. Plums purple. Like, if they made the color of the drink the color of the fruit, that'd be nifty. I just took a sip. I'm taking another one. Dude, high noons trip me out because I feel like high noons are over carbonated. I feel like they have a lot more carbonation in them than a lot of other drinks. I think they're really good. Don't get me wrong. I don't think that actually tastes like a plum. I don't know of any plums that taste like TV static, but I guess you kind of have to deal with the cards you're dealt. Real smooth flavor. I think a plum is honestly like that real low tier fruit. It's probably ranked a lot lower. Maybe Evan will have to rank some fruit, but I feel like plum is overlooked. So when you put it into the can, you have to have sort of that undertone flavor. It can't be overwhelming. And that's what I'm sort of getting, but at the end of the taste, it just kind of tastes like lightly fruity water or like a Propel, if you will. I'm a big Propel fan. We have Propel packets actually that I put in water, and Emma Rose and I call them crack water because that's the only way I'll drink water. Fuck water without flavoring. I want crack water. Moving on. Oh, I am so sorry. If I burp on the podcast and y'all don't like it, would you please let me know? I feel like it makes it more authentic. Like, I can't control my burps. And frankly, I don't want to have to go through the audio to clip out me burping. But if you guys have a problem with it, if that's one of your pet peeves, please let me know and I will stop. All right. Last drink. Actually, that's not true. I have a guest drink, and we're going to have to speed this process up because I really have to pee. It's called Fresca Mixed. I've never had Fresca. I think Fresca. Do they make these like non-alcoholic, or was this was probably a non-alcoholic company that then started making alcoholic drinks because they knew they could make them well. I personally have not had the flavor of this, but Emma Rose and I stumbled upon these. Actually, I didn't even stumble upon them. Emma Rose stumbled upon them, bought them for our weekend out with all of her friends, and these are, frankly, in my opinion, one of the best drinks I've ever fucking had. It tastes so good. It's the same amount of calories as a high noon, less carbonation. It is 5% alcohol, so you're rocking with a whole extra, what is it, 5%? Is this only 4.5? Yeah, you're rocking with a whole nother 5%. So, and they taste better. These literally taste like, hold on, let me give it a taste because I have not had the grapefruit citrus. These literally taste like lightly carbonated juice. I mean, like, if I had this one friend from middle school, and I would go over to his house, and his family had like a seltzer maker, and I couldn't stand it. Like, yes, they would make their own sodas, but they would do like, oh, would you like seltzer water instead of a regular water? No, I don't want to drink your TV static. Fresca is the perfect equivalent of that. It's like cable without the static. Fuck, that's good. Great day. All right, to make this episode a little bit more interesting, because I have 3 true beers. I got 2 IPAs in the Superior Michelob beer, and then I have a High Noon and a Fresca. That's 1 through 5. But we're going to spice things up because it's Evan Ranks After Hours. Yeah, y'all probably fuck with my singing. Y'all probably need to get me to sing a little bit more. Can you guess what I just cracked open? Probably. It's a tweeter. I'm the tweeter fucking king, dude. And we're drinking a peach twisted tea as our celebrity guest ranking. I've sort of fizzled out of my twisted tea phase, so I'm not the tweeter king anymore. However, I still catch heat for being the tweeter king. It's the perfect, honestly, like, if you're a Southern boy, like cowboy boot wearing type of guy, I understand you probably drink Bud Light or Michelob, but if you're looking for something a little bit more tasteful on the fruity side, higher alcohol, maybe you want to shotgun a bunch, it's hard sweet tea. Sugar sweet tea. I don't see the problem in twisted teas. I don't know why people give other guys a bad rap for drinking them. You're not a girl for drinking twisted teas. They are a delicacy, but they are going out of style. Here's a cheers to Tweeter King. You know, I'm glad I'm making this podcast interesting for all of you guys, but I'm really regretting cracking open that 6 beer. That means, like, I don't think you guys understand that when I do this, I thoroughly drank every single one of these cans. Like, there's not a drop left in these cans because I'm so cheap. I paid for these. Yes, I didn't pay for the Sierra Nevada, so that might get poured out. But all these other ones have been paid for. So I have to drink them. You think about this, though. Like, I do 20-minute episodes, and I've probably drank or drank. I've had about a fourth of each of these beers. I will then finish them. That's 6 right there, not counting the 2 I already had. That's 8 beers this evening, and it's only 7:30. No, I don't have a problem. This is for you guys, and I hope you enjoy. But let's give this twisted tea another sip. Okay, those are a lot better than I remember. And I'm going to give my rankings. I'm going to go lowest to highest here. Let's get my cleanser here. Coke and a PBR. Just spilled on my face. Oh, God. Okay, that sounded really bad. Please, hey, if I could hire an editor, Johnny, Marquise, or Bobby, if you're listening, please edit that out. I don't like that. Last, y'all already know, I'm talking shit about it already. I'm going to pour it out after I take this sip, but the Pale Ale Sierra Nevada, stick to, I don't know what other beer I had of yours, but stick to that one. That's ass. This is a really sad ranking, truthfully, because I did want the beer to be higher. I do like this beer at the 8-point, good can, like Devil's Backbone. They sell cigars at their outpost, but that's going to get number, I guess this is number 5. Frankly, the plum was underwhelming. I do like me some High Noons, but it's got to go right in the middle at number 3. Wait, 6, 5, 4. That's 4. 3's going to the tweeter. They're outdated. It's really good, but it's just not better than these other 2. I'm trying to do this quickly because I really have to pee. Oh, shoot. The microphone goes down. We're just going to hold it for the rest of them. Let's go with the Fresca Mixed at number 2. Really good, but I am not walking up into the party with that beer. Last but not least, our number 1 ranking goes to Michelob Ultra, baby. Let's throw some Mickeys down. All right, we're going to have a really short closing because I do really have to pee. I might piss myself if I'm not lucky, but thank you to Walker's Home Services for sponsoring the podcast. Thank you to all of you guys listening to me drunkenly describe my rankings on beer. And I will see you all in the next one. I'm about to pee my pants. Bye.